All right. Welcome to Old Guy Poet, number 4. I'm John Kilroy, and let's get to it. A little more rock and roll flavor here. This poem's called Let's Walk the Walls. Do yourself some damage. I'll howl the beacon out. Send your criminal self. Crawl or skulk. Wear a brief disguise. We'll do everything but fight. It's time to drink and drown. Oasis, wrong side of town. Simplified to growl. Instinct knows where to find me. Just slink around. When you can't hardly breathe no more, that's my door. Lick your lips, it'll open. Slither right in on that snake of a grin. We'll rock it on some old NASA fuel and eat down to the bone till we're good and greasy. Dance and voodoo curse until the victim somewhere zombifies. Kiss in alien invasion. Make love sci-fi. Or tangle in man-eater vines. Revel in the wealth of a man and woman unbound in sync. Peel off clothes until we're raw stems rising from onion bulbs. Rewild the floor. Test the kitchen table. Plummet into bed. Hit the mattress so hard we must swim furiously away from dead. Forget rules of 2x4s, gypsum and mortar. Let's walk the walls out 2 or 3 feet. Puff the roof 8-9 floors up. Blow this house apart. Let the neighbors watch. You married water, left for dry money, walk in sparks of static electricity. But we're free now, apart. Dishes, oil changes, broken fence gates, getting lost on the way to the wedding. That's what your office guys train for. Me? Demolition Man. Let's walk the walls. Okay, this is another poem out of Proof of Flight. It's called Leaf Speak. All 3 poems today are from Proof of Flight. About 124 pages and available on Amazon. And I want to thank everybody who's bought books. So thank you very much for that. Spread the word. Leaf Speak. Asphalt or concrete entire beneath my feet, while trees just line the roads alone, divided as convicts too dangerous to congregate, or grumble in anger over brash, new weather. Neither soil nor sand, forest or jungle soften my footstep or view, while all the food I eat travels an impossible 1,500 miles by tanker and tractor trailer to my dinner plate. The last farm of strawberries visible on my way to work, condemned to new cement for condo tracks. Earth fevers to kill the all-devouring virus, with no other host organism we can leap to after a blue planet turns lifeless slate carcass. Where we lived rose up in hurricanes, typhoons, drought, fire, floods, tornadoes, all manner of crop failure, disease, and dirty water. Oceans, lakes, and rivers gone to desert with the far less movement than you'd find on the broiling sand, midday 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Climate once was a mountain, untethered now, so the Mojave feels free to move over the Sierra Nevadas into the Central Valley. Great green source of half our food. Worse, much worse is now ordained, but unknown to us who refuse to worship undemanded and must pay for our easy hubris, as God will one day make me the trembling leaf with one glance from her empty Ness. The third poem and the final poem for today is called In a Cypress Break, 1981. Little Mama Steele rents out the dock for catfishing, the juke joint all gone, the bait shop and lunch counter, rickety as a rich man's speech to God, the swamp air peeling off the paint until the wood aches right out loud, with brief brittle moans about bones and the rain and low snaky clouds. The music's still there somewhere, so good even Satan gave thanks. So sad you carried your own grave home, yes, like the luggage it is. She still gets tourists, cathedral shadows on their faces, asking her if there ever truly was a place, smack where they sat, waiting on crawfish pie and ghost stories. Angel Gabriel and Mr. Scratch, did you ever really see them here? Yes, at that red table over there. They'd reminisce on the old days when they were pals, before man, before chasing everyone like hounds to escape the middle ground, one way or another, little Mama teased. Everyone stops talking for Blind Bob, and a harmonica solo that could saw through battleship walls if he chose, to riff in iron-ripping frequency. Bob plays the tourists for tips, but there's a mission too. It's all true. The people left got city jobs, he'd say, to explain the now away. And of course, back then, wasn't good to be yourself in these parts. Still, heroes walked here, and the only joy outside church or bed, happiness, you know, could get you killed. On right nights alone in Delta dark, sliding down wet and thick as jam, she treats herself to British gin, belts one out again. Big Blues Ray. Unleashing a voice they claimed could even keep the cops at bay, or lose the lonesome over to love. Her eyes latch on to the by and by. A gentleman glows by the fishing rod rack. Panama hat, pearl handle pistol, waving her to his red table. Who enchanted whom? Hard to say back then, when bullfrogs took the bass line and a wild marsh wind filled in. Just one generation left still sees people they know hanging from trees in the horror corners of fitful sleep, now all colored by the same bog fog grays of TV light, as tourists pull into motels on Highway 61 where clerks whisper, Pine Top, Willie, Sunnyland, Muddy, slept here. Well, thank you. That was episode 4 of The Old Guy Poet. Again, all I ask, if one or all the poems engage you, just keep coming back. I'm trying to get one out once a week. And then if you feel like it, the books are a powerful experience. When you read the poems from the book, it's in your voice. And then the one great value of poems on print is that you can engage with the poem at your own pace, at your own speed. You can wander around the poem however you want. There's no bigger room than a poem on a page. So think about that, and we'll see you in episode 5.